Slav defense, modern, exchange variation, 4, cxd55.nc3nc66.bf4a67.e3bg48.b2. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Opening with the queen's pawn. The move d5 establishes control over the e4 square, frees up the light-squared bishop, and builds a presence in the center. A wing pawn is available in the queen's gambit to attack the center and divert black's attention away from the e4 square. The d5 pawn is supported by c6 in the Slav defense. Cx d5 releases the tension between the c4 and d5 pawns, creating a symmetrical pawn structure if black recaptures with the pawn. Cx d5 recaptures the pawn and creates a symmetrical pawn structure. Nf3 controls the e5 square, advances the knight toward the center, and helps the d4 pawn. Nf6 develops the knight toward the center, supports the d5 pawn and controls the e4 square. The pawn on d5 is attacked, the knight advances toward the center, and the e4 square is under nc3's control. The pawn on d4 is attacked, the knight moves toward the center, and the e5 square is under the control of nc6. Bf4 develops the bishop to an active diagonal where it controls the center. A6 controls the b5 square and prepares queenside expansion. e3 defends the d4 pawn and allows the f1 bishop to develop. bg4 develops the bishop and pins the knight to the queen. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. The bishop is prepared to grow into a functional square. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is the last book move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.